The United States in the early to mid-1800s was a nation on the move. With a belief in manifest destiny, settlers pushed westward, bringing them into conflict with Mexico, which controlled vast territories from California to Texas. Tensions were further aggravated by the issue of Texas, which declared independence in 1836, sparking a war with Mexico. The United States annexed Texas in 1845, directly challenging Mexican sovereignty. Mexico, outraged by what it considered a blatant land grab, refused to recognize Texas's independence or its annexation. The stage was set for a confrontation, a clash between two nations with competing visions for the future of the West. The annexation of Texas ignited the Mexican-American War. Mexico broke off diplomatic relations and prepared for conflict. The United States sent troops under General Zachary Taylor to occupy the disputed territory between the Nueces River and the Rio Grande. Skirmishes along the border quickly escalated into full-blown war. In May 1846, President James K. Polk asked Congress to declare war on Mexico, citing Mexican aggression. United States forces, better equipped and led, proved formidable. General Winfield Scott captured Mexico City in September 1847, effectively crushing Mexican resistance. With Mexico's capital under United States control, the path was paved for negotiations and the eventual treaty that would formally end hostilities. With Mexico City under United States occupation, negotiations for peace began. The city, a bustling hub of culture and politics, was now under foreign control, creating a tense atmosphere ripe for diplomatic discussions. Nicholas Trist, a diplomat dispatched by President Polk, met with Mexican representatives in the village of Guadalupe, Hidalgo. Trist, despite being recalled by Polk, chose to stay and continue negotiations, driven by a sense of duty and the hope for a peaceful resolution. The resulting Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, signed on February 2, 1848, formally ended the Mexican-American War. This historic document not only marked the end of hostilities, but also reshaped the geopolitical landscape of North America. Mexico ceded a vast territory known as the Mexican Cession to the United States, encompassing present-day California, Nevada, Utah, and parts of Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, and Wyoming. This massive land transfer significantly expanded the United States territory, paving the way for future growth and development. In return, the United States agreed to pay Mexico $15 million and to assume $3.25 million in debts owed by the Mexican government to United States citizens. This financial arrangement was crucial in stabilizing relations between the two nations post-war. The treaty also granted United States citizenship to Mexicans living in the ceded territories and promised to protect their property rights. This provision aimed to integrate the new citizens smoothly into American society, ensuring their rights and properties were respected. The Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo redrew the map of North America. The United States expanded by over 500,000 square miles, gaining access to the Pacific Ocean. This massive land acquisition had profound and immediate consequences for both nations. For the United States, the treaty fueled westward expansion, attracting waves of settlers, gold seekers, and entrepreneurs. The discovery of gold in California in 1848 further accelerated this westward movement. Mexico faced the bitter reality of defeat and territorial loss, representing nearly half of its territory. The war and its aftermath left Mexico economically weakened and politically unstable. The Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo cast a long shadow over the relationship between the United States and Mexico. Signed in 1848, this treaty ended the Mexican-American War, but left deep scars that would affect both nations for generations. The war and the treaty's provisions left a legacy of resentment and mistrust. For many Mexicans, the treaty was a symbol of betrayal and loss, while in the United States it was seen as a triumph of manifest destiny. In the United States, the treaty exacerbated sectional tensions over the issue of slavery. The newly acquired territories became a battleground for pro-slavery and anti-slavery factions, each vying for control and influence. The question of whether slavery should be allowed in the newly acquired territories ignited fierce debates, contributing to the growing sectional crisis that would culminate in the Civil War. These debates were not just political but deeply moral, affecting the lives of millions. For Mexico, the treaty's legacy was one of loss, resentment, and a persistent sense of injustice. The cession of vast territories including present-day California, Arizona, and New Mexico was a blow to national pride and identity. The loss of so much territory remained a source of national humiliation. This sense of loss was compounded by the economic and social challenges that followed, as Mexico struggled to rebuild and redefine itself. The treaty's provisions regarding the protection of Mexican citizens' property rights in the ceded territories were often ignored, leading to widespread land dispossession and discrimination against Mexican Americans. This disregard for their rights created a legacy of inequality and injustice that persists to this day. The Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo presents a mixed legacy, a tapestry woven with threads of progress, injustice, and unintended consequences. For the United States, the treaty undeniably fueled its rise as a global power. The acquisition of California and the Southwest opened up new avenues for trade, transportation, and economic development. However, this progress came at a significant human cost, with the displacement and dispossession of countless Mexicans. The treaty's impact on Mexico was even more profound, leaving a scar on the national psyche and fueling resentment towards the United States. Economically, the loss of valuable land and resources hampered Mexico's growth and contributed to its struggles for stability and prosperity. The Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo marked a turning point in the history of both the United States and Mexico. Signed in 1848, it ended the Mexican-American War and resulted in Mexico ceding a vast portion of its territory to the United States, including present-day California, Nevada, Utah, and parts of several other states. It stands as a stark reminder of the complexities of westward expansion and the human cost of territorial ambition. The treaty facilitated the westward movement of American settlers, but it also led to the displacement of countless Native American communities and the reshaping of the cultural landscape. The treaty's impact reverberates to this day, shaping the demographic landscape of the United States and sparking debates about immigration, identity, and belonging. The border established by the treaty remains a focal point of political and social discussions, influencing policies and perceptions on both sides. In Mexico, the treaty's memory serves as a reminder of past injustices and a call for greater understanding and respect between the two nations. It is a symbol of resilience and a testament to the enduring spirit of the Mexican people. The Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo holds valuable lessons for the present, reminding us that progress often comes at a price. It encourages us to reflect on the consequences of our actions and the importance of striving for equitable solutions in international relations. By studying the treaty and its aftermath, we gain a deeper understanding of the complex relationship between the United States and Mexico, a relationship forever marked by this pivotal moment in history. This understanding can guide us in fostering a more